Hello, and thanks for joining me, the Polished Stamper. My name is Carla Rissmiller, and today I'll be showing you how to make a cute little purse bag for a gift card or a lip balm. You may want to stop here and take a screenshot or just write these score dimensions down. And these are going to be the items that you'll need. You'll need a 6x6 piece of DSP, a pair of paper snips, some tear and tape, the bone folder, and two 6-inch pieces of the ribbon of your choice. With your DSP, you'll want to grab your scoring tool. If you're using a paper cutter, be careful not to use the cutting blade. You want to use the light gray scoring blade and score at 1 1/4, then 4 3/4. Oh, don't do that. Happens almost every time. Turn it 1 turn and then score at 2 1/2 and then 3 1/2. And that little slice will be okay because it'll be covered up with the top of the trim, you'll see. Then you'll have 4 scores. Just give them a fold. Get that paper cutter out of the way, and using your bone folder or the back of a spoon, that works really well too if you don't have a bone folder. Just burnish down those little score lines to make a nice crisp fold. You'll do that to all 4 sides. And then you're going to take and pull that middle piece out to the edge. I'll do it all 4 times here so you can see what's happening. And that'll form the little pocket inside your purse. So just pulling out to the edge and squeezing down that line inside that it makes. This one you might be able to see a little easier. Squeeze it down. See that? Makes a little hinge there. And you'll do that to all 4 sides. There you go. And turning it inside out, I take my bone folder again and just reinforce those little pinched lines that you just made. It'll make it easier when you open and close the purse for it to stay together correctly. There you go. Then you're going to take your paper tape. If you don't have paper tape, you can use other adhesive of your choice. If you're using a liquid glue, you're just going to have to make sure that you give it a minute to dry before you try to work it too much. But I'm using paper tape. You can rip off a piece and put it right down like that, or the way I prefer to do it is to use the whole roll and lay it down and then just rip it off. That way you have the proper length and you don't have to worry too much about wasting anything. Do that to all 4 sides. Rub over it with your bone folder to give it a good stick, and it makes it easier to take that liner piece off when you do that. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it off of there. You can use your pick tool to pick the end of it up. Even the tip of your scissors sometimes works well to get that end up. That one peeled right off. And there we go. Okay, then you're just going to fold over those ends and stick that tear and tape to the inside of your DSP. So the pink in this position is the outside of the bag, as you can see there. The green will be the inside lining. Then I'm going to take my tear and tape again and go across the top of both sides of the purse. And as always, you're going to rub that down. Peel off just one side of the liner right now. You'll get the other side in a minute. And using your grid paper if you have it. If not, you can use a ruler. And measure in about 1/2 inch on each side. And just stick down your piece of 6-inch ribbon, one end. Without twisting it, go to the other side and in about 1/2 inch and stick that down. Then using a scrap piece of white is what I have here. I run across with a 1/2 inch piece. I have a cup of these. These are what's left after I cut to layer a piece of white cardstock. I always have all these little 1/2 inch scraps left, so I use them for sentiments or little projects like this. Now you're going to go to the other side and stick down your handle. If you wanted to, you could just put a piece of the ribbon on the back side for the handle. You don't need to have 2 handles. But I kind of like the look of 2 little pieces of ribbon with the double handle. Put on your strip again. Push it down well and then trim to fit. And that's how it's going to go together there. Now, this piece was also out of a scrap of white. I just used a punch that I had, folded it in half, and then I'm going to put some of the paper tape again, the tear and tape at the top, just 2 pieces to hold it secure. On the other end, I have a 1/2 of a coin of Velcro. No sense in using a whole one. It's not like it has to be that tight. And you don't want to rip the tab off when you're trying to open it. So taking the liner off of this paper tape, and you can see I've already folded that tab in half, so I knew where to put the paper tape. Using that fold line as a guide, you're going to eyeball it and center it in the middle of your little purse, just like that. Pushing it down securely. And then you can rub your bone folder over it again. And you can see how that's going to fold over. I used a little rhinestone gem on the front to jazz it up a bit. You could take a little tag that you cut out from another punch or a die cut and just hang it off the front with a sentiment or a little greeting, or put a little card inside as well if you want. It'll fit a lip tube, a lip balm tube really nicely, or even a gift card, or, you know, a little bottle of roll-on essential oil, whatever you want to put in there. So I'd like to thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'd love to see some of the projects that you make with this design. As always, you can find me at my link tree, which is linktr.ee/CJRISS. Thanks for joining.